Hey gang, welcome to the Gray State and this little loose review where I have a ton of gunfire going off to the side next to me again, so hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But today we're going to be doing another loose unboxing and lead fest with another pistol that I picked up. And today it's not so secret. If you saw the trailer that was at the beginning of this video, or if you've even read the title of it, you know that we're going to be taking a look at the P365 NRA Coyote. And it's so, again, kind of like last time with the X carry, which I'm going to bring out. We're going to do a comparison here from a color matching perspective. It's not necessarily a brand new pistol, of course. I've never owned a 365. I've kind of waited until all the kinks were worked out, and it seems like they're kind of at a place right now where that is. So hopefully if we have any failures to eject or feed or fire today, we're going to find out and we'll catalog those just like the one with the X carry. So format's the same. I brought out the X carry so we can compare it to that. And I've also just brought out a Glock 43 in FDE as well. And the reason I did it is because if you weren't aware that this is actually kind of an exclusive deal that was done with the NRA and Lipsey's, you know, the big distributor for Sig, to commemorate, to kind of be an NRA special edition. So, you know, regardless of your thoughts on that, I just wanted to check out the Coyote in the Sig and also get the 12 round extended mag. So that's where it's at. So that's the game plan for today, guys. Super easy, super simple. Unbox it, look at what's in here, compare it, and shoot it. Let's do that. Okay guys, so let's take a look at this thing. First, the case, it's a little bit smaller. It's a hard shell case. You guys can see here, it does have a unique NRA serial number on the case itself. The box itself, nothing to write home about, it's a case. We open it up, pistol right here, got the P365 in Coyote. It's got the 12 round mag installed already in it, which is cool. Comes with an owner's manual. You've got two extra mags here, which are you've got the extended. You're getting like kind of like three flavors of the mags with this thing. So let me pull these out here. So these are both 10 round mags, but you've got the extended plate, you've got the flat, the seamless plate, the extended plate, and then you got the 12 round mag here. So these allow you to have 10 plus 1, so 11 rounds chambered. And this will give you the 12 plus 1 for the 13. There is also a 15 round mag out there, which will give you 15 plus 1 or 16. In here, basically, I'm sure it's just the owner's manual, the Sig sticker that you get with every Sig. Not a whole lot in the case. You know, it's not like a Legion where it's all fancified and everything. So, yep, just as I expected. Registration card, owner's manual. The other thing, too, if you pull this back, you do have the lock that comes with every handgun. So it's in there. Now, I did open this up before I got to the range today just to make sure I had everything in here. And the one thing that was missing that's supposed to come with the NRA edition is the challenge coin. So I called my dealer and they said they don't know where it's at, that they didn't do anything with it. So I trust them. So I don't know if it maybe just did not get placed in my box. But for those of you guys who are the big collectors and you're looking for this specifically for that purpose, or maybe if you buy it and you're thinking about reselling it, make sure that you have it. I'm going to contact Sig, and my dealer's working on it too to figure out where that challenge coin is. Again, not a big deal to me from a functional perspective. I bought it because I actually like it. I wanted to get a 365. I've been looking at one for a while, and when the FDE one popped up and I saw that, I'm like, I'm probably going to grab that. Or I should say the Coyote version. My bad. Sorry about that. So the Coyote version, I did pick it up, obviously. So that's it. You know, some of the specifics about it, if you're totally new to 365s and you're not used to them at all, you know, of course, it's a striker fired 9mm. One of the things about the 365s here, I guess you can see it, it does include the X-ray 3 day and night sights. And again, color, Coyote. Total length is 5.8 inches, which is a little shorter than the Glock 43. I'm going to pull that out here in a second. 3.1 inch barrel length, and the weight, including the magazine, is 18 ounces. I should have brought a scale out. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go back and I'll just kind of edit into the video, but what a loaded mag feels like this with some 124s in it. Height's 4.3 inches, 1 inch. Sight radius is 4.9 inches. Okay, guys, that basically covers the overview of the 365. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it because there is a ton of stuff out there. I just wanted to maybe talk about some of the uniqueness of the NRA model. So there you have it. What I do want to move on to next is specifically this color match. When I picked it up, it looked really similar to the Coyote of the X carry that I did the review on last month. And again, I'll put that link at the end of this video and down in the description. So let's take a look at that really quick and see how close Lipsey's got the match. And it is dead on. If you want to think of these things as little brother, big brother, kind of a pairing, maybe this is your appendix or side carry and this is your boot gun, and you're totally OCD and it has to be matchy for you, you got it covered here. I mean, even down to the sights. So it's one of those things where I'll kind of move it around here for the different camera angles. All right, but both of these guns are unloaded. I want to make sure you understand I'm not sweeping stuff. So anyways, yeah, dead on match. They look fantastic next to each other. They did a really, really good job, even down to the, you know, the rough stippling, if you want to call it that, in the handguard. So pretty kind of cool looking tandem, if you ask me. But anyways, that's it. So there's your X carry in Coyote, and there's your 365 in Coyote. Now that we got that covered, let's do a real quick comparison of the 365 in Coyote to the FDE that Lipsey's did for Glock in the 43. Here we go. Quite a bit different. So if any of you guys are kind of like, you know, thinking Coyote and FDE are the same, they're not. So now, admittedly, I think, you know, this version of FDE's got a little bit more olive in it. You know, it kind of borders almost between like a true FDE and a Ranger green or an OD green, if you think of it that way. But between the two here, you've basically got different color spectrums, honestly. A lot more red here. Other things, you know, when you look at it, for those of you who are not very familiar with it, maybe you're just looking at this as a 365 versus a Glock 43 thing. Here you guys go. There's some comparisons. You know, size-wise, the 365 is a little bit shorter than the 53, especially when you think of the overall length and the barrel. You've got that consideration. Ergos, I can tell you right now, my hand prefers the 365. Haven't shot it yet, but Glock is, well, Glock. Nothing wrong with Glocks at all. They do a great job. 43 is a staple. You can't go wrong with it. But for me personally, I actually like how the contouring of the 365 fits. And it just blows me away that we've got 12 rounds in this extended mag right there. So one of the things I'm interested to see today is the shootability of the 365 versus the Glock 43. And one of the things that I've always had a problem with the Glock 43 on, if I'm being straight up, is even with the mag extensions on it, so I can get a good purchase because my hands are a little larger. If I put the +2 on the Glock 43, I had feeding issues with it. Never seemed to feed correctly, and it was always problematic. So I'm interested to see how the 12+1 does on the 365 versus the 6+1 that I'm currently running on a 43, because the 2s gave me feeding issues. I had no problems with feeding. With the +1, +2 gave me hell. So those are the two things that are really excited to see how this feels. I can tell you right now, it feels, to me personally, not to bash Glocks, I've got a lot of Glocks, this just feels really nice. If I can just say it in a weird kind of a way, it just feels really nice. It feels very connected. So maybe it'll translate to when we're shooting. All right, so with that being said, let's shoot. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did last time. I'm basically gonna take all of the ammo. Before I start shooting the rounds off, I'm going to tell you what I'm shooting. That way we can catalog if there's any failures to feed, failures to eject, or failures to fire with the Sig 365. I'm gonna be loading up 3 different mags at different times. I'm also gonna use an up Lula. I wanna see and make sure that I can use the up Lula on these mini mags. That's it, so let's go spread some lead. All right, guys, first up is gonna be the Winchester Value Pack 124 grain NATO. This is gonna be the newer stuff. I've actually got 3 of the mags loaded, so I've got the 12 round mag and 2 10-round mags. I'm just gonna run through this. First shots out of this pistol. Here we go, Pig 365. Flawless. All right, I'm just gonna keep running through these pretty quick here. The goal is, again, test functionality here, make sure that nothing's going on. All right, guys, So that was actually a 10 round mag. It just shows you how similar the extended mag of the 10 round mag versus the 12 mag look. And that was my first mistake of the day. So here we go. Here's gonna be a 12 rounder. Flawless. So I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. I'm trying to get it, but this thing is dead nuts. I'm about 12, 13 yards from that plate, and I was able to just start playing back and forth with those plates going back and forth. So shootability wise, whoops, it's a small little mag. All right. So shootability wise, this thing is dead nuts on. Let's see if I suffer anymore with another standard size 10 round mag. So this is going to be your super concealed micro version here. James Bond Go-Go 13 for you older video game crowd. All right, here we go. All right, so guys, honestly, I'm just kind of toying with this thing right now. That was a Winchester 124 grain NATO, the newer stuff. No failures whatsoever. I'm gonna stop the cameras. I'm gonna go load up with the next round, and we're just gonna keep plugging away. Okay, next up is gonna be the Federal 115 grain full metal jacket practice round. Nothing special to them. It's the stuff you buy in bulk. 12 rounds. Perfect. All right, let me go grab another one. So I don't know if you guys just noticed it, but that was kind of interesting. When you actually drive in the mag, it actually sent the slide home, which is kind of interesting. So something maybe to think about there. I don't know. All right, so we're ready to roll. Now what I'm taking a look at is the 124 grain NATO, the old Winchester stuff, which I actually consider the actual real NATO 9mm ball. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's definitely different than the new NATO. Did you see how the thing was jumping a little bit more on it? It's got a different powder in it for sure. All right, next one. Next round, Remington Arms brown box, military grade, 115 grain jacket. All right, here we go. No issues. On to the next. Okay, I think the one thing I do want to say, as I'm loading all these up, the one thing I'm really thankful for is that I brought my up Lula up here, because these mags with the offset loading to get all those rounds in the chain, you know, down into the mag well itself, a little harder on the thumb. So if you haven't already, I definitely invest in an up Lula. It's graded, you know, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. It's a great product, but it really is helping out me load these things up when I stop the cameras. All right, here we go. This is the Sig 124 grain practice round, just more ball. No problems. All right, on to the next. All right, now let's start getting into some PD rounds here. I got the Hornady 135 grain Flex Lock Plus P, also known as the FBI round. Here we go. 10 rounds. A-okay. Next up is going to be Barnes TAC XPD 115 grain plus P personal defense round. I'm actually going to try to start playing out at those 25s out there and see where I can get with this thing. All right, here we go. A little high. Well, it's working. I really kind of like how that round shoots, honestly. Okay, it's going to be tried and true Federals HST hollow points, 124 grain. Here we go. What the heck, let's just roll through these. All 12, no issues. All right, we're gonna speed this up a little bit. For some reason, all I have left on this particular round, this is gonna be the Sig V-Crown 124 grain. I only had 11 of them, so that's what I loaded up. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna blast through these real quick. All right, now we're gonna have a little fun. I've got a baker's dozen of Liberty Ammunition's Civil Defense. It's a 50 grain hollow point in 9mm, rated at 2,000 feet per second. It's also a plus P for those of you not familiar with it. So, all right, here we go. Look out, birdie. There you go. And there went 13 rounds of that, no problem. It's just chewing this up, guys. Okay, guys, last unique roundup that I'm gonna be shooting today is gonna be Speer Gold Dots G2. This is the law enforcement round. It's got the polymer tip and it's 147 grain. And that's all you need to know about it. So here we go, 12 of them down the pipe. I actually really like those 147 grains. I was just kind of playing with that middle target there. So, all right, that's it for the unique stuff. Give me a second. I'm going to stop the cameras, and then I'm just going to go back to a whole bunch of just practice ammo, some full metal jacket ball, and we're just going to keep hammering this thing. You know, actually, I lied. I'm going to do one more test with a hodgepodge of all different ammo mixed up. And the intent of this is just to stress and see if we have any inconsistencies between full metal jackets, personal defense rounds, you know, different loads, different cycling rates, all that kind of stuff, and see if I can get this thing in a choke with 12 quick ones. There we go. All different mixed match. I don't even know what's in here. I just pulled a bunch of stuff out of boxes. Well, that worked just fine. No issues. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap up for today. You guys can see all the carnage here that went down. Of course, did not shoot the X carry today. It was all about this guy, the NRA edition of the P365 in Coyote. So no failures to feed, no failures to eject, no failures to fire, nothing. I don't know how many rounds I shot today. It was a bunch, but it felt good. Any day shooting's a good day, so it's sunny out. I'm gonna start packing everything up here. So let me turn this thing around here real quick and give you some final thoughts. All right, guys, let's wrap this thing up today really quickly. Again, today, taking a look at the old P365, this time in Coyote. It is the NRA edition that comes with the challenge coin, 3 mags with the 12+1, a 10+1 extended, and then a 10+1 flush mount. So when you think about it, that's your carrying capacity with this. Performed absolutely flawless for me today. It was a fun dream of a shoot today. It was beautiful out. Can't get any better than that. So today was a good day. Went through a ton of ammo, as you guys can see here. I don't know my exact round count, but it was a lot. It was in the hundreds. So absolutely no failures to feed, no failures to eject, no failures to fire whatsoever. The thing was rock solid. And for the most part, point of aim was point of impact. So you can't go wrong with that. So it gets a thumbs up from me. And that's really about it. Time will tell what the reliability of this thing is. I'm not quite ready to carry it yet. I need about another 1,000 rounds through it from my count. But with that being said, until next time, stay safe.